Terry Hope Romero, author of Vegan Eats World, and I'm going to talk a little bit about shiitake mushrooms, both fresh and dried. They're loaded with lots of flavor. They add so much dimension to any kind of vegetarian or vegan thing you like to make. And one of the easiest ways to use them is to get dried shiitake mushrooms, like this. They are loaded with flavor, and they are very easy to store. You can keep these in your pantry practically forever as long as you keep them away from moisture. And the fastest and easiest way to use these is just to soak them in warm water. So these are those same mushrooms that I just showed you, and they've been soaking in warm water for about 5 minutes. And as you can see, they're plump, they're pliable, and they're pretty much ready to use in anything. And one thing you like to keep in mind, that I like to keep in mind when using these, is that sometimes, depending on the kind of mushroom you get, there might be a little bit of grit trapped in the gills here. So you might want to just sort of give them a good squeeze and let them sit in the soaking water for a while, and some of the grit will float down to the bottom. And one of the things that's great when you soak these dried mushrooms is that the soaking liquid is also loaded with lots of great flavor that's fantastic in soups, such as the udon miso soup that I'm going to be making shortly that's going to use these mushrooms. So you want to hold on to that. So to do that, all you're going to do is just pour gently this bowl into another bowl or whatever, or a pot, and just make sure the sediment of the mushrooms stays on the bottom. And the easiest way to use these dried shiitake mushrooms that have been constituted is just to slice them into thin strips. They're very chewy and hearty, so you might find the easiest way to actually eat these is just to keep them in strips like so. And the longer they soak, the softer they get and easier to use. So that's it with dried mushrooms. But you also might be curious about fresh shiitake mushrooms like this. These are great to saute. That's the way I like to do it, just a straight up saute in olive oil. To do that, I'm going to just remove the stems. The stems are very woody. You could save these and use these for stock as well. And you can keep them whole like this, or you can also slice them into slightly thicker strips, say about ½ an inch. And regardless of whether I'm using whole mushrooms or slices, I'm going to heat up a pan with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil over medium heat and add these mushrooms, and I'm going to just braise them quickly. I want them to stay juicy in the inside, but I want the outside to get a beautiful golden crust to them. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt while I saute them, and maybe it's only going to take about a couple minutes so they become juicy and tender. And from there you can put them in sandwiches, you can throw them in pasta, you can add them to sauces. You can always have some shiitake mushrooms in your refrigerator for whenever you need them. So enjoy!